Communication Law, Session 3 Presentation, Penny Jo Anderson, March 4th, 2018. Copyright and Fair Use as it pertains to the future, www.pennyjoanderson.com. This is the URL of my website that is currently being built. The speaking ministry that God called me to 30 years ago is all starting with this website. It will contain written and video blog posts, offer free downloads, post photographs, advertise my art and future books I plan on writing, and a calendar with all the events where I will be speaking. Intellectual property is any creative work or invention that a person has protective rights over. For me and my website, this will include written posts, video posts, photographs, a logo, and a tagline or slogan. The different types of intellectual property are copyrights, which are mostly used for written works. For me, it will apply to the books and articles that I plan to write. Just by creating a written work, it is automatically copyrighted. However, I can obtain a federal registration, which isn't required, but it can be useful if someone does use my work. A trademark is a legal protection for a logo or a slogan, which I will have. The trademark symbol is used for common law rights, meaning that I can automatically add it to my logo or slogan. If registered, there would be an R with a circle around it instead of the TM. And a general trademark rule is to remember that your logo or slogan may be infringing if it is a sufficiently confusing mark in another trademark's space. A patent and trade secret, they are things I don't plan on using, at least in the near future. Some things that are copyrightable are, and if you notice the things in bold are the ones that I know I'll be using for sure. They are written works including books, articles, and blogs. Musical and dramatic works including songs and plays. I actually have written a couple plays when I was in drama ministry, and those are copyrightable. Artistic works including my photographs and drawings. And it also is software and multimedia, including YouTube videos, which I definitely will be using. When copyrighted material can be used. Public domain. This applies to works that were published in the United States before 1923. I am free to use these or reproduce them in public domain however I want. In addition, some works published between 1923 and 1963 may also be in the public domain, but this can be determined only on a case-by-case basis. All works created after 1963 are under copyright except for the work produced by the U.S. government and state constitutions and laws. Fair use. This allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the copyright holder for certain purposes, including whether the use is of a commercial nature or for nonprofit educational purposes, whether it is a work of fiction or nonfiction, published or non-published, the amount of the work used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, and the effect of the use upon the potential market for the copyrighted work. Creative Commons, also called CC. A CC license is used when an author wants to give people the right to share, use, or build upon the work they've created. It provides the author flexibility. For example, they might choose to allow only non-commercial uses of their work. It also protects the people who use or redistribute an author's work from concerns of copyright infringement, as long as they abide by the conditions that are specified in that license by that author. These are things that I need to keep in mind. I need to find out if the material I want to use is copyrighted. For my website, this will be photographs, music, quotations, or videos. If it is copyrighted, I need to attempt to gain permission from its owner, and this needs to be written. I need to know about the fair use and when it applies, and if I am unable to gain permission or I am denied. And I need to consider offering a link to the material instead of just copying it to my website. What about the Bible, which will be one of my main sources? Do I need permission to quote it? No, not necessarily. For instance, the NIV text can be quoted in any form up to 500 verses, but not if the verses amount to a complete book of the Bible. and I do need to have written permission if the verses quoted account for 25% or more of the total text. I found a great resource, New Media Rights. This is a nonprofit program whose mission is to provide legal services and education and public policy for creators and internet users. Online, they have these amazing guides that tell you all about copyright laws, fair use, Creative Commons and open licenses, free speech, censorship, and podcasting, which I definitely will be using. They also have amazing how-to guides on finding free legal content, including where to find free music, images, and video that I can remix or use in my own creative works, how to find Creative Commons and images on Flickr, and how to find and download free and legal BitTorrent sites with music, movies, and software, and how to find stock footage to use in videos. These are my references. Thank you.